Well, I hope everybody's having a fantastic Sunday afternoon. My wife and I have been fascinated recently with learning how to do prescribed burning and get rid of a lot of the underbrush and the down trees and those kind of things out in our forests. So we have taken a class from Texas A&M Forest Service to learn lots more about that. So you could probably learn from wherever you are, from your Forest Service as well, even for whatever it is for your state, wildlife biologists. We got a ton of information while we attended that class. Some of it, I'm going to read some highlights from the class for you, and we'll actually watch some prescribed burning going on while we do this. Fire has shaped the environment of Texas for thousands of years, and in many cases, wildlife have adapted to habitat conditions created by fire. With the help of Native American Indians, it's estimated that some of the East Texas and other pine forests used to burn every 2 to 3 years. However, it's now often the case that the land has gone without such fires for decades. Careful introduction of and management of fire by way of prescribed burning can benefit the land, and it's likely that prescribed burning can help landowners accomplish many of their objectives they've set for their own land and out at homestead. So some really good information there. Some of the benefits: controls low quality hardwoods and shrubs, so you can kind of burn some of those out. Prepare sites for future tree planting and permaculture regeneration. So permaculture is very important to us, learning how to work with nature and not against it. We actually teach some classes here on our farm about that. Increases sunlight to forest floor, producing more grasses, flowering annual plants, and seeds for wildlife. So that's important to us. Improves visibility and access for making and harvesting timber. We don't plan to harvest timber on our property, but some of you might want to do that. Most of the nutrients are returned to the soil in a more usable form that's readily available to plants. Again, from permaculture standpoint, that is really, really important. It helps us get that done a lot faster if we burn it. Increases the edge effect. Many species use the edge effects many species use that when seeking travel routes, feeding spots, or shelter. Improves the visibility and access for forest recreation. So lots of good information, and hopefully your forestry team will have something like that as well in your area. More information here of prescribed fire. Increases the quality of vegetation. Many plants germinate after fire, producing fruits and seeds for birds. Young hardwoods that sprout back after a fire have more proteins and nutrients for animals. Many shrubs produce more fruit 2 to 5 years after a fire, so it has a long-lasting effect. Lush new growth provides cover for small mammals and birds. It decreases the fuel level. We all know what happened in California and places like that. Less dead leaves and downed brush on the forest floor reduces the risk of a severe fire. Less overgrown vegetation helps prevent tree canopy fires. So there's a difference between trying to burn out or prescribed burn everything down low. You want to control that so it's not getting into the tree canopy and causing a wildfire you can't do anything about. Reduces chiggers and ticks. That's very important for so many people. Especially homesteaders and farmers, we're always inundated with those critters, and they are real pests. So we can reduce those with prescribed burns. Release nutrients into the soil. We talked a little bit about that. Maintain the natural communities such as prairies and savannas. So where we live here now in our new homestead is a post oak savanna, and it no longer looks like a post oak savanna. It's got so much undergrowth, so much brush that we're trying to clean that up and return it to its natural state. After years of fire being absent from our ecosystem, prescribed fires can reduce hazardous fuels, minimize the spread of insects and disease, recycle nutrients back into the soil, promote the growth of healthy native trees, wildflowers, and other plants, provide forage for wildlife and livestock. So a lot of us as homesteaders, we raise livestock and we'll rotate them through our forest areas. That includes pigs, sheep, goats. The prescribed fire can really produce a lot better nutrient content for those. Keep wildlands open and aesthetically pleasing, so just looks nicer. So we have all kinds of brochures and magazines and documentations about this from the Texas A&M Forest Service. They did a really good job of putting this project on for the training. A home within 1 mile of a natural area is the ember zone. 1 mile is, if you're within 1 mile, that's called the ember zone. Wind-driven embers can attack your home. Nobody wants that. You and your home must be prepared well before a fire occurs. Ember fires can destroy homes and neighborhoods far from the actual flame front of a wildfire. So getting all of that underbrush and things, we've talked about a lot of the benefits and things for it, but it's also important for protecting your home or your homestead, all of the buildings on your property, trees you don't want damaged. Just a really good idea for all of us to take part and clean up the areas around our farms. Defensible workspace. If you live next to a natural area, the wildland urban interface is what that's called. You should provide firefighters and with a defensible space they need to protect your home. The buffer zone you create, removing weeds, brush, and other vegetation, helps keep the fire away from your home, reduce the risk from flying embers. So we know that ember zone is 1 mile. So how many of us have clear zones on our properties where firefighters and other first responders could get there and help fight that fire, especially around our homes and our outbuildings. So just wanted to share this information with you. I hope you found this useful. If you will, please like and subscribe to our channel, and we will see you on the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.